Well, folks, it's another little sit down, and we're going to do another words of wisdom. Because some people seem to think that I'm an expert, and I'm not. All I'm doing is sharing some of the things I've been told to share and some of the experiences and stories that happened to me personally. So I had a couple of strange things happen yesterday, and I've been analyzing them and pulling them apart, and I realize what it is now. It's about humility, being humble, and also the tests that you get sent. And I'm going to share what happened to me yesterday, and it's a little embarrassing, but I'm going to be vulnerable, and I'm going to be transparent, and I'm going to be authentic, and I'm going to share this story with you because I learned something about myself yesterday. And that's the whole point. Surely you're learning every day about who you are, who your soul is, and what you should be doing and who you should be. It's about transformation, being a better person. And I learned something very, very, you'll see when I get to the story. So, I was flying from Malaga to Rome, and Rome to an airport called Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, which is where I am now. I'm sitting on my hotel terrace. Beautiful hotel. I didn't know it was this nice. I just booked something and it was this. But anyway, when I get to the airport yesterday, I've had a couple of incidents recently, and it's been telling me to pay attention. Okay? So what will happen is Spirit, the divine, or God, whatever you prefer, will send you tests. So when you say divine or Spirit or God, I really need to learn more about being patient. I really need to learn about forgiving. I really need to learn about humility. But what he doesn't just upgrade you. You learn about these things through a series of events that challenge you and test you. So here's what happened to me yesterday. I get to the gate, and I'm on an airline called Wizz Air, and there's 5 or 6 of the check-in staff all buzzing around. Buzz, 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 like this. And they said to me, your bag is too big, but you have to put it in that little crate thing, you know, the metal rack. And I fly with the same bag everywhere, and nobody ever pulls me up about it. So this is the first time I've been pulled. So I said, it'll fit in there. No, it will. I've been, you know. So they said, no, not that one, the one below it. I said, the one below it that looks like you can put a lunchbox in there. So I reared up on them. My patience wasn't there. And I reared up on them. They said, stop shouting. I said, I'm not shouting. I'm raising my voice, and I can do that in my opinion. I know you guys charge people extra money, so you get commission out of it. So they charged me 65 euros for a backpack. It's daylight robbery. So that put me in a bad mood. Now here's the first point. These people at the top are all in this energy of fear. They're all scared in their lives. And you could see that, you know, the young guy was looking at me and I was looking at him, but I didn't stay in control, and it annoyed me straight away, and I let them annoy me. And what that is that's a dark, low vibrational energy that got to me because I was surrounded. They're all saying, if you don't pay now, you're not getting on the flight. You've got to, you know, we're going to close the gate, so you got to come on, pay right now. So I was like, you know, I didn't have time to transfer some stuff around because I was going to take my laptop out, my microphones and all of that, and carry them on. But I just said, you know, I'll pay it. But it put me in a bad mood. And I would say aggressive, because when I get annoyed, I am aggressive. You know, I'm not in your face like trying to have a fight with you, but I just don't put up with any shit. So I paid them, and I told them what my opinion was. And then I got on the flight, and then I was the last person on. And I threw my rucksack up into the overhead bin, and then I went straight for an emergency exit, which was free. And one of the stewards said, is that your seat? Have you paid for that seat? I said, no. He said, I said, can I sit there? And he started to go, well, you know, I'm Italian, and he started to talk, and then he stretched out. I just say, just yes or no, mate, that's it. I just need a yes, you can sit there, or no. And he said, no. So I said, no problem. I went and sat in my seat. And it annoyed me because the seat was empty. But these people have been brainwashed to try and get revenue for every seat so people can't move around. It's stupid, really. The weight of the airplane, yeah, okay. If a load of fat people are going to go and sit there, okay, but... So I'm in a bad mood, right? So anyway, the flight passes uneventful. And the guy that said to me, you can't sit there, yes or no, he's a young guy with a beard about my height, thin. Now here's where it gets humble. So the first time I've been tested about being patient and not letting that low vibrational, demonic attachment people living in fear get to me. Who I am, a higher being with a very high vibrational, I let them get to me. I didn't stop it. I didn't control it. What I should have done is just stopped and smiled and said, okay, I'll pay you. Not a problem. But it sent me on a journey and I got annoyed. They got to me. And that humbled me. I'm a bit ashamed about that. I shouldn't have done it. So here comes the next part. When I was in Hong Kong, I bought this little travel bag because it contains my sunglasses, my microphones for filming, my camera and spare backup camera, my passport, and this great little thing from Swiss. You know, it's like Swiss Army knife. It was $20 in Hong Kong. It's not original, there's a copy, but it's just everything in one place. But I've only just started using it. So when the flight landed, I got off the flight, I left this bag on the seat because I'm just not used to carrying it. Okay? So inside there's my wallet, passport, sunglasses, like everything. Because you put it around there, it's nice and convenient. I just walked off the flight not even thinking about it. Again, not paying attention, Mahoney. You gotta pay attention. I'm on the bus, the shuttle that's taking us from the aircraft to the terminal, and the same guy that I was rude to on the flight came up to me at the back and I could see him holding it. And he'd taken out my little wallet thing, this, and he pulled my ID and he recognized me. And he came up to me and he said, David, is this yours? And I looked at it and I thought, you know what? My whole trip would have just been flushed down the river had I left this on the flight. And that guy that I was rude to went out of his way to come and give it back to me. I was humbled by his kindness. And you know what? When I actually looked up and looked at him in the face, because he was close to me, his beard and his face shape, he looked like Jesus. Didn't have the long hair, but he had that kindness and that calmness about him. And I felt bad. I felt embarrassed for being an arsehole to him 2.5 hours early when I was getting on the flight. So he gave me the bag back and I put my hand on his shoulder, because I do that a lot. I'll transfer energetics to people by touching them on the shoulder. Hey, so I slam, you know, hey, thank you so much. Grazie mille. He's an Italian guy. He said, okay, enjoy your trip here. So it humbled me. So what did I learn? I learned that Spirit will test you with things that you're weak on, with areas of your personality and the strengths that you need to complete your life missions. He will test you, but he will just not upgrade you so you automatically know it. You have to go through the tests. Now, I failed those tests yesterday, but I recognized that I failed them. I recognized what he was doing, what the energy was behind it. So I've now identified that, I've absorbed it, and I've said, you know what, I'm so sorry, yeah. To me, I apologize to me, because I let myself down. I could have controlled the situation with the low vibrational employees at the airport saying, you got to pay 65 euros. I just said, all right, no worries, I'll pay you. I know that they're just small little mice in the field of many. And then I shouldn't have been rude to that guy on the flight. And he answered me with love and compassion. He did something amazing. He saved my life, more or less. Everything would have been in there. It would have been a nightmare to try and find it back. I would have got it, but it would have taken hours. And he was humble about it. He didn't want any praise or thoughts or thanks. He just did it. So, the lesson here, the words of wisdom, is that you will be tested in areas that you are weak in. Whether it is humility, anger management, temper, lust, greed, sloth, any of the sins, any of your personality traits that you need work on, that you need to go back and improve them. Spirit will test you. He'll put you in situations that you have to learn and grow. And if you don't learn from it, he'll do it again. Like he did it to me again about pay attention. What's going on, David? Watch your things. Stay on focus. Again, my mind was all over the place on this mission that I have to do here in Egypt. And I forgot that I was now carrying a new piece of equipment, which is that small bag. He'll test you. And it's all about if you perform and if you pass. If you don't pass, you'll be tested again until you do pass, like anything else in life. But what I learned yesterday about myself is an extremely valuable lesson to me. And I will apply the lessons learned and be humble and be more attentive. And I won't let low vibrational, demonic people get to me. And I hope that you do the same. Watch for signs, watch for lessons, and be the best person you can in those lessons. You won't always pass. And if you look to me for guidance, don't be silly. I'm just a person that's learning on this road, just like you. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye-bye.